Imagine you're hanging out in a group and someone drops a mean comment or a joke at your expense just to make themselves look cool. It's that awkward moment where everyone is waiting to see how you react. Most people will tell you that you need a fast comeback. They want you to fight back with an even better insult. However, this approach backfires because it turns the conversation into an awkward rap battle. Today, we are looking at 5 powerful techniques that charismatic people use when they are disrespected. Charisma is the ability to command respect through an unshakable presence. Think of someone like Barack Obama. When he is challenged, he doesn't get rattled or defensive. He maintains his presence and makes the other person's aggression look out of place. Obama didn't just wake up one day with charisma, he developed it, and so can you. So let's start with technique 1, the physiological reset. If you want to keep your cool when someone is being mean, the most important thing to focus on is your body, not your words. Have you ever noticed that when someone insults you, your heart starts racing and your voice gets tight? If you try to speak right away, your voice might crack or sound shaky. This tells everyone in the room that you are nervous and that the other person got to you. Before you say a single word, I want you to do a physiological reset. All you do is take a second to deeply swallow or take a slow sip of water if you have a glass. By doing this, you aren't just buying time, you are manually overriding your body's fight or flight response. Swallowing forces your throat muscles to relax, which prevents cringe voice cracks. It also forces you to take a breath, which stops your brain from panicking. But more importantly, you take control of the speed of the conversation. You aren't rushing to defend yourself because you don't need to. Charismatic people know that rushing to answer makes you look nervous and weak, which is why they take their time. It might feel a little awkward at first, but once you practice the physiological reset, you'll realize that taking your time is exactly how you reclaim your power the fastest. Once your body is calm, ask yourself, is this disrespect actually earned? If someone is calling you out because you actually messed up, like showing up late, don't try to win the conversation. Instead, charismatic people use extreme ownership. They look the person in the eye and say, "You're right, my mistake, it won't happen again." Owning your flaws shows you're so secure that a mistake doesn't threaten you. It kills the conflict instantly. But if you didn't do anything wrong and they're just trying to feed their own ego, that's when charismatic people use technique 2, the clarification trap. Imagine this scenario. You're wearing a new jacket and a friend says, "Nice jacket. Did you find that in the trash?" Most people would try to counterattack with something like, "At least I don't look as bad as your haircut." But that's a trap. It turns the interaction into an awkward rap battle. Instead, charismatic people use the clarification trap. They look them right in the eye, stay completely calm, and ask, "I don't think I get it. Can you explain why you think that?" Humor must be fast and light to work. Forcing them to explain the logic of the insult kills the joke instantly. They are left struggling to explain why they were being mean while you just stand there, perfectly grounded. You've successfully made their aggression look weird and out of place without even raising your voice. The real power isn't in the question, it's in the silence that follows. You'll probably feel a social panic and try to save the other person by laughing or saying, "Just kidding." But don't do that. You have to let the silence sit there until they are the ones who feel the need to fix the awkwardness. But what if they don't get awkward? What if they try to double down and call you too sensitive? That's when charismatic people use this next powerful technique to make the other person look like an insecure child. Technique 3, amused disbelief. When someone hits you with a disrespectful joke in front of other people, the standard advice is to just laugh it off. But most guys do this the wrong way. They give a loud, nervous laugh to try and overplay the fact that they were actually hurt by the disrespect. The problem is, everyone in the room knows. That fake laugh is a clear sign that you're actually hurt. Charismatic people also laugh off disrespect, but in a different way. They use what I call amused disbelief. I want you to imagine a 5-year-old telling you a really obvious lie, like saying they didn't eat any cookies while their whole face is covered in chocolate. You aren't mad at the kid, you just think it's kind of funny and weird that they're even trying to trick you. That's how you should think about someone who insults you. When they finish talking, don't laugh out loud. Instead, let your nose do the work. Exhale gently through your nose, close your eyes for a short moment, and keep a calm smile on your face. You're not laughing because the joke was good. You're laughing because it's funny that they thought they could get a reaction out of you. Try it out right now. Think of that kid with the chocolate face. Notice how your nose does the work. You let out a tiny pff. Your eyes might close for a second, and you have a small, calm smile. That nose laugh shows you are in total control. Now, to make this even more powerful, you have to also lock eyes, but not with the person disrespecting you. Instead, look at the most important person in the room, your boss, your friend, or the girl you like. Give them that tiny smile like you're both watching the Cookie Kid. This instantly puts you on the same team. You aren't the victim anymore, you're the observer. The person disrespecting you suddenly looks like they're trying way too hard to get attention. But what if they keep digging and won't let the conversation move on? That's when you need to shut the door on them instantly with technique 4, the anyway pivot. What do you do if you're in a group and one person just won't stop picking on you? You've stayed calm and you've tried to be nice, but they keep digging and trying to embarrass you in front of everyone. Most guys make the mistake of finally snapping and getting angry, but that just gives the bully exactly what they want, your attention. Instead, charismatic people use this powerful technique called the anyway pivot. Instead of fighting back, you're going to act like their insult was so boring it didn't even happen. After they finish their comment, let a tiny silence hang for just 1 second, just enough for everyone to feel how awkward the other person is being. Then, turn your head away from them completely, look at someone else in the group and say, "Anyway, as I was saying," or "Anyway, Mike, what were you saying about that trip?" This is powerful because you aren't arguing, you're simply moving on. By saying "anyway," you are telling the entire room that the insult was too small and too unimportant to even talk about. You are literally deleting their comment from the conversation. This is the ultimate way to show you are in charge. The person being mean wanted to stop the show, but you just kept it moving. It makes them look like they are talking to themselves, while you look like the charismatic leader who decides what the group focuses on. The anyway pivot is great for moving on, but what if you want to be more direct? What if you want to tell them they're being mean without looking hurt? That's when charismatic people use the strongest technique there is. Technique 5, the call out. Imagine the last time someone hit you with a truly insulting comment. Maybe they made fun of your clothes in front of a girl you like, or they brought up a mistake you made at work just to make you look small. Or maybe they made a joke about your family that went too far. Most guys would snap back with an insult, but that just shows the bully that they successfully hurt you. Instead, you are going to do the opposite. You are going to show genuine concern, like you're worried about why they are acting so strange. Look them dead in the eye, keep your voice low, and ask, "Are you okay? You seem really frustrated today." You aren't attacking them, you are checking on them. This move puts the other person in checkmate. There is no way for them to recover from this. The best thing they can do is apologize for their behavior. If they keep being disrespectful, they just prove your point that they are feeling unwell and can't control themselves. To make this really land, don't just look at the person who was mean. After you ask the question, give a quick look at the rest of the group with a worried face, as if you're asking, "Is he always like this?" This shows everyone that you're perfectly fine, but the bully is the one who has lost their cool. Congrats, you're one of the rare people who actually watches a video to the very end. Because you stayed, I have a gift for you. This is a final, secret technique that is even simpler and more powerful than the others. Imagine someone interrupts you while you're talking just to say something rude. Most guys will stop talking and let the bully take over, but charismatic people don't let others steal their space. Next time someone tries to talk over you or interrupt your story with a joke at your expense, don't get mad. Just hold up one finger, barely moving your hand, keep looking at the person you were talking to and say 2 words, 1 second. Then, keep finishing your sentence as if nothing happened. This is powerful because you aren't asking for permission to speak, you're telling them to wait their turn. It shows that you value what you have to say more than their interruption. It's a tiny move, but it leads to them overthinking their comment, and most likely, they won't even want to say it anymore once you finish your point. Charisma isn't about being the loudest person in the room, it's about being the most unshakable. Now, knowing what to do when someone is mean is a great start, but there are some common mistakes that are destroying your charisma without you even realizing it. In this video right here, I show you the charisma killers you need to avoid if you want people to actually take you seriously. If you're ready to protect your natural charisma, click that video and I'll see you there.